Right, g'day and welcome to Ultramarines from Scratch. Well, good news. I finally got some stuff done this week. I got at least 6 hours to do some work and I am very pleased with the outcome. Very pleased, and quite happy with some little bits and bobs I've done. First off, these machine gun assault cannon dudes are already bar the screaming. They just need to be muddied up and have some little light grey edge highlights put on. They are ready to go, do the whole, I am heavy weapons guy. I don't think word bearers could outsmart a bullet. I'm pretty sure that's not how the Team Fortress voice goes, but it's good enough for me. So what I've done here with these ones, I mentioned it before, but these ones are the first ones I've actually painted up to have them all from the same squad. So all their markings are identical, except for the captain. Well, the sergeant. So, like I said, my head canon was these were a full unit. They got the shit kicked out of them on the plains, and they lost their sergeant, and they got admitted this other sergeant who lost his squad, and there's a bit of rivalry, and they have to get their shit sorted. I think the white has come up very nicely on that shoulder. I'm just going to edge it with some very light grey wash to bring out those two panel hatches underneath that gold Ultramarine symbol. And of course, I do like the back of the head to the nose crest, which all my dudes have now had. Started added some little bits and bobs, like he's got these scrolls on him. God, I remember what they were called. They're like some sort of pledge on how to win a battle, and they got to take at the start of each battle. But I don't know if Ultramarines actually do that, or whether it's just, as far as I've read so far, it seems to be that the Sons of Horus or Lunar Wolves did it, and I think it was briefly mentioned that Garrow did it right before he took the Eisenstein into the space, into the void. The leather gun patches are coming up. They've been highlighted, inked, washed, and I've just got to pick out the details. So each of these will get a bolt pistol, which will come up quite nicely. These have all been deckled up, and they're starting to look the business. Yeah, almost ready. Everything's clean. Everything is clean. Like it is originally pre-muster before that ghastly 60 seconds where the camper file hit fucking everything in orbit. I'll tell you what, in that book, that's a hell of a chapter, by the way. That's a freaking hell of a chapter. It's that no fear, blowing my socks off. I've actually stopped reading everything else, and that's just priority one at this point. Now, I decided to crack this fella in and get him going, because I'm running out of dudes. The termies are all put together, bar waiting for their arms, so I can't do much more than them. I've got their little jousting shields ready to go on. The only one that's got his jousting shield on is this chap, the original. But I've done a bit of doctorising. He no longer looks like this. So if you have a look here, so he's got the Legitine Axe from the Terminator Praetor. He's got the Terminator Praetor's Maxi Combi Welder, which is the heavy flamer bolter. The arms to cover where the hands joins to the forearms are actually from that goofy as fuck looking Praetor with the axe that came in the box, because these guards went over the joints, and I've made the little crest go front back instead of side to side. He's got a couple of nice little standard shoulder pad, because I want to put a decal on that one rather than use some of the fancy resin stuff. I want to save some of the resin stuff and sort of spread it through other models. So he's got just a standard a shoulder pad from the upgrade kit. And I think that looks fucking boss. Now, I haven't done his cape. His cape's still on there because, you know, I'm going to try and actually put a bit of time in on this one and actually bring him to a like a showroom shine. I'm going to spend a fair bit of time on this chap, make him as nice as possible rather than just bash them all out and get them ready. The idea is I want to practice for the Primarch. Now, this fella is going to be a chaplain because I got my ass handed to me by a chaplain, a Raven Guard chaplain with a thunderhammer, and it sucked. So I want to be the man who deals out that sort of punishment. He had a disintegrator pistol and as a combi weapon, I think, and it was just unfortunate. So, but here's a question for the more learned of yous. Now, a chaplain gets hatred everything. Beautiful. You can handle that. That's the first round of close combat. He rerolls to hits, right? Now, he also gets, at the very start, you get a buy him a power weapon for 10 points on top of the cost of the chaplain, right? And then in the Ultramarines section of Liber Astartes, you can change the power weapon to a Legitine Axe, right? Which is this thing, but it doesn't strike blast. It strikes at initiative at AP2, so it's a fucking beast of a weapon. Now, here's the other thing. He strikes first with, because he's got hatred, he re-rolls at the first combat. But his power weapon, because it's supposed to be a Crozius, also becomes mastercrafted. But because this is considered a power weapon, the Legitine Axe, now does that mean this becomes a mastercrafted Legitine Axe? Do I get to re-roll 2 hits with the Legitine Axe? Because that's fucking brutal. If anyone has a look at it, the rules for it on the book on page on page 294 on Liber Astartes for the Legitine Axe, and Hatred's 240 in the rule book. But anyone knows? Let me have a know. Let me know, because to be honest, a master crafted Legitine Axe or Legitine Axe, freaking every round of combat, re-rolling the hit. That sounds amazing. Your first hits are re-rolled because of hatred, and leadership 10. So I guess I need to put him with a close combat company, which I do not have. But I just wanted to do something a bit fancy with this model, cutting hands off. I had to carve off some bits and pieces, and I think it looks neat enough. It's like I said, between the original and what I've made here, the only thing that's really connecting them is the stand, and I didn't want to test my luck in actually hacking away at some of the details of the resin, because I would never ever be able to get it back. But he is going to be a beast, even if the axe doesn't get mastercrafted. It's still pretty bloody hefty. So that's what I've done this week. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play a game because today is Thursday, and the gaming club that I will have started having a look at plays the Heresy games on the Thursday, and they have quite a few people rock up Heresy in 40k. It's pretty schmidt. But today's also the first, and I have a little girl, so tonight we're putting up the Christmas tree, so it should be a good day. Good afternoon, at least. But these tanks are looking good. I didn't want to make them both identical because the loadout I want for them is identical. So I don't know if you can see. I'm not sure. If someone wants to give me a hint on how they're you know, I imagine these are just mass produced. They come out of a freaking factory, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, all looking the same. And right now these all look brand new. They're not. They need a little bit of picking out the silver and the rockets, but that's like 10 minutes work at most. These, on the other hand, look godlike. That's all the that's all the bloody all the standard troopers in the box painted just about. Tonight they'll be based, highlighted, and then I'll give them a splash of matte or spray of matte, and then I'll give them their various dirty washes, their streaking grime, oil stains, and then the rest of the sterling mud, and then I'll gloss up the base and put the tufts on. Bought some new tufts. Oh, it'll be good. They'll be good. They look good. They look great. Nice and clean lines. Yeah. They're good. I'm very happy. Just a little bit of highlighting left, a little bit of grey, a little bit on the gun there, a little bit around the various edges of the pauldrons, as they're called. But other than that, that's me. We are muscling along. I also cleaned the desk, as you can see. Fuck. I just realised how atrocious it looks. But trust me, this desk has been cleaned, and yeah, I'm happy with it. Some of you might have noticed in the one of the previous videos that I have mistakenly purchased the wrong Primark, and now I'm a proud owner of Traitor Primark of the Night Lords, and I haven't opened him up yet. But I don't see how different Night Lord Blue could be to this. I mean, I've got a wash here somewhere. Where is it? This. No, that's not it. That's not it. Christ, where is it? Cantor Blue. It's one of these washes up here, and it gives a really unbelievably dark wash, like darker than this. And I thought, well, if you have a look at the way I've painted one of these power swords, you have a look at that power sword. Just see if I focus in on the power sword. Will it do it? Come on, computer, be a gem. Right, see that? Now, if I was to narrow that pattern down and put a white jagged streak down the centre of it, tell me that doesn't look like lightning on a dark and stormy night. Anyway, I'm concentrating on the Ultramarines for now. But I don't think I'm going to, I think at one stage if I get 1 or 2 spare models, I may have a crack at painting some Night Lords, which of course will incur another cost of probably a new Liber Hereticus book, a new fucking sheet of transfers. We'll see how we go. I'll finish these ones first. The Mordat and the Apocryphes and all the other bits haven't arrived yet. They will soon. The only other thing is with the Formantaris, they're all going to get, because you know they're expensive. They're about 55 points a model, you know. And so what I'm going to do is they're just going to be cranked out with normal power weapons, nothing too flash. But what I would like would be to mix them up. I've now got 5 power swords, and I've got 10 power axes coming from Forge World. I'm hoping, because the way I read it and the list, it just says power weapon. So I should be able to take a selection between the two, should I not? Or do they all have to be the same? Anyway, questions that I'll answer to myself or find out one way or another. Just thinking out aloud for the most part. But I'm back to actually actively enjoying painting, and I'm excited about it, and I'm really stoked that these are coming along so well. And my day is going well, and my week is going well, and Christmas is around the corner. So a lot of yous take care of yourselves. I love yous. I'll probably put up another couple of more videos English, mate, Christ. 1 video a week as per normal, right up until Christmas, and I might take a break and muck around with the family for a bit and come back in the new year. All right, but until then, I expect, as soon as these everything comes in, I expect this and this to be completed by next week, And him, I might take a step-by-step of him and just see how we go, because there are a lot of good painting videos, and I'm not anywhere near that sort of level of high quality, but I do enjoy my hobby. Anyway, love the lot of yous. Keep painting, keep grinning, and I'll catch yous next time. Ta-ra.